Hello, it is me, Luke Medorsky, and welcome to the first Mad Ocean update video. There's a decent amount to cover, so we're not wasting any time. Here we go. As you may know, Gatekeeper, a Von Williges tale is currently the only short film on this channel. Apart from my a look back at Gatekeeper video, I never really thanked everyone for watching it, so here I am. Thank you for watching Gatekeeper, a Von Williges tale. While I personally don't think it's very good anymore, and I'm not speaking for the rest of the crew here, I'm still very proud of what we did with it. It was almost a nightmare to make, and I absolutely loved making it. It was very stressful to schedule everyone, and then on top of that we had to film the thing. But for some reason I enjoyed that. With all that said, this brings me to our first bit of news, or more of a request. At the time of this recording, it's almost been 2 years since filming started on it, so my request for you is to give me your honest thoughts on it now that some time has passed. Whether you want to go write a review on IMDb, I prefer that, I think, personally. Just, it'd be kind of cool to have some reviews on IMDb, that's really it. Make some sort of video, like I did with Blade Randy, or just write a review in the comments, which, that's Loserville right there, but hey, if that's what you want to do, okay. But yeah, if you want to send me, I really would like to see some honest feedback. Back when it came out, the general consensus was that it was pretty good, but I almost don't believe that now that some time has passed and I have, I'm thinking a little less of it, and you know, I just think, what the heck, might as well have some sort of consensus. This is mostly just out of curiosity from me, because I think a lot of the mistakes that were made in Gatekeeper have been learned from, and yeah. So this brings me to the next announcement. Obviously, we did announce on Instagram, and if you aren't following us on Instagram, please do so, that a sequel to Gatekeeper, a Von Williges tale titled Deadly Romance, a Von Williges sequel, was being made. However, we sadly have to announce that this film has been cancelled. This is after a few months of filming too, so you have to understand a lot of thought went into this decision. Our main reason is the good old classic scheduling conflicts. I could never get the people I needed to when I needed them, causing me to have to change the script around, and by the time we canceled it, the story wasn't even close to the original vision. The original plan was to do a trilogy, but that was scrapped after I decided I don't really like doing any sequels. At this time, I still planned to finish all the work on Deadly Romance, as we had done so much. However, I eventually realized I couldn't even get to a point of completion, and even if I could, the standard of quality kept me from even wanting to release it. I decided to label it as good learning experience that no one will ever have to see. Now, I'm not even saying it's bad, it's just not what I wanted. So, where does that leave Von Williges? Well, in a unique place, actually. I haven't decided to completely abandon the character, mostly because I like playing him. So, my new plan is to go back to what we originally had planned from the very beginning, which had changed. The original plan wasn't to have an overarching story, but rather to have a lot of contained stories with Von Williges. So what I would like to do is open Von Williges up to other people who want to make Von Williges films. Of course, I would still play Von Williges, but if you have an idea for a Von Williges film that you would like to make, let me know, and you might be able to make it. I'm not saying you will, but you might. The only thing you can't really do is use any already existing characters, including some of the ones that are alive. So, you can either contact me personally if you know me, which I would prefer you know me if you're making this film, or you can contact us at madoceansstudios@gmail.com. There is an extra S in there. It is my fault, and I do apologize for that. I really do hope to make another Von Williges film, though, and I hope you folks have some good ideas. In the meantime, I'm finally getting around to releasing that Gatekeeper, a Von Williges tale bonus content. This will hopefully fill some sort of content void, and even though Deadly Romance isn't happening, you can get a little bit of a glimpse into the Luke Medorsky, Gabe Ochins directed Von Williges world one more time. You will be able to watch Gatekeeper, a Von Williges tale bonus content on April 6th. One last Von Williges update. For the past few years, GeoPace has been working on a script for a Jack Jackson spin-off film. I don't have any real news for you other than he still wants to do it, apparently. I have no control over that film's production, so I can't tell you much other than it is being considered. Well, it is now time to move on from Von Williges, to say goodbye, kind of, especially in this video, because we have some other projects to talk about. Over the past few years, I have been looking to do something outside of the Von Williges world, and I'm finally getting to that point. So let's get into that a little bit. I don't want to speak on all this too much, so I'll be a little vague when I'm talking about this stuff. The first thing I want to talk about is a project currently titled The Arrisons. I don't really want to get into any plot details on the project, as a script hasn't even been written yet, though it has been started. I am very confident that this film will be completed too, so I am confident in talking about it to a certain degree. The big thing I'm announcing today is the cast of the film, because I think that's interesting enough to hopefully get you interested. Playing Bella Arrison, we have Lila Paulsen, who previously appeared in a few of my videos on my old channel Slug Thing. And our other cast member, playing Duncan Arison, is Randy Puff. I am writing this script with both of them in mind, and I'm very excited to make it, especially having Randy Puff as one of my leads, which I think will be very interesting. I did ask him if he wanted to do some sort of little message for you guys, but he never got back to me on that, because, you know, Randy Puff is a loser and I'm much better than Randy Puff. We all know that. That just goes without saying. So yeah. All jokes aside, I'm very excited to have Randy Puff in this film. I'm also announcing that I have another script that I'm working on, which I'm going to say even less on. My goal for that was to finish the entire film by May. But with the virus going on, I have no idea when I can even film it, as it does involve a party. If we get to film that one, I think you will enjoy it. And I'm gonna try and make sure we do get to film it, because I'm really liking it. A script for that film does exist. It's only a first draft. I have to write the second draft still, and then who knows how many more. But it does exist in some capacity, so if I never get to make it, I guess I can release that. Actually, there are 2 drafts of it, I forgot to add. There are 2 drafts of it, so I have to write the 3rd draft. I completely forgot about the other draft, because it's a completely different version. Well, that's all I currently have for you guys. I know I didn't say much on the new stuff, but I don't want it to be too concrete in case it ends up like Deadly Romance. So, to end off today, I would like to once again request that you give us some feedback on Gatekeeper of Von Williges' Tale. You can do this by writing a review on IMDb, make some sort of video on it like I did with Blade Randy, or just in the comments here. Thank you for watching. Remember, the Gatekeeper of Von Williges' Tale bonus content will be released on April 6th.